Hey, what's up, Funkaholics? I'm gonna take a break from my usual type of video and talk a little bit about some characters and licenses that I wish Funko would acquire. Like if I was a president of Funko and I could pick any characters to be made, these would be it. I've done a couple of other videos just like this one, where a couple of the lines I talked about did end up getting made into Funko Pops. I believe it was the James Bond and the Mad Max series. Kind of no-brainers, but yeah, if you're interested in seeing some of the other things I wish were made, go check those out. You might have to dig deep into my channel. I did make them quite a while ago, but I wanted to revisit this topic because it is fun to talk about some kind of long shot properties that we all wish were made. When it comes to fighting games from the 90s, everybody talks about Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, which were great. I loved those games, but my all-time favorite in the arcade was the Darkstalker series. The playstyle and fighting style was very similar to Street Fighter 2 and Capcom vs. the X-Men, but what I think set this one apart was the design of these characters. I mean, the fighting was really good. It is considered one of the best and most solid fighting games of the era, but yeah, it's the character design to me that really sets it apart. What made me really fall in love with this series, because I love monsters. There are just so many great designs to choose from. Almost every single character could be made into a pop and look amazing, but some of my favorites are Dimitri, who is based off of Dracula, or just like a very powerful vampire. His design would look amazing, especially if they put that yellow energy field around him and made his cape flowing back behind him. Felicia, who's like a cat girl, and not just because she's nearly naked, but I think the hair would look amazing in pop form. Lord Raptor, who's a zombie character. I used to love playing as Lord Raptor. He's an English punk rocker that turned into a zombie. It's just really cool. Bishamon, who is based off a samurai. I don't know if he's supposed to be a zombie or some kind of ghoul or like undead somehow, but he looks amazing and would definitely look awesome as a pop with translucent pieces for those flames. The Little Red Riding Hood character with her little dog would also look great with her basket in one hand, and I think an Uzi in the other would look pretty cool. Rikuo, who is like an amphibian man, or like the creature from the Black Lagoon, would look awesome and add some nice color to the series. Of course, Victor, who is based off Frankenstein's monster, would also look great. The Queen Bee, who I'm not sure what monster she's based off, but she's like a bee girl and she's awesome, really fun to play with, and would look so good as a pop, especially if she was on a stand floating with translucent wings and that big stinger hanging off the back. Just really cool. Jeddah, who is also kind of like a vampire. I think, whatever he is, he's really cool as well. And of course Morrigan, who's probably the most popular character in the series. She would look really good. She's like a succubus. But yeah, those bat wings, the mint colored hair, she would look really, really cool as a pop as well. I honestly do feel that a Darkstalker series would do better than Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat simply because of these designs. They're so very detailed, so very colorful. And I think even if people don't know what Darkstalkers is, and they're just Funko Pop fans in general, they might pick them up just because they look so cool.
Starry night. Paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer day with eyes that know that darkness is my soul.
I would want all kinds of artists, but the one I would want the most is Vincent Van Gogh. I went to art school myself and I was obsessed with Van Gogh for a long time. I have a bunch of books with his artwork in it. I try to emulate his style. I was even lucky enough to see his masterpiece, Starry Night, in person at the Museum of Modern Art in New York. And it was almost like a spiritual experience to me. But it is really mind-blowing to see it in person because it is maybe one of the most famous pieces of art ever created. The way I would like them to do Van Gogh would be modeled after his self-portraits. Maybe 3 of them. These ones are my favorites. I think this one would look really good with the teal suit, without a hat, and his red beard. But how I would like them to paint it would be in Van Gogh style. I know it would be almost, nearly impossible. But if they had to charge $50 for the pop, because someone has to really like hand paint it in Van Gogh style, I don't care. I just think it would look amazing. And maybe have the box done like the background. And on the back of the box, the actual portrait. I also think the one where he's wearing the straw hat would look good. And that one would be very colorful. I mean, look at his jacket. Could you imagine that in pop form? And the greens, the whites, and the yellows in the hat, the different colors in his face. That would look really, really cool. And also the one where he's smoking a pipe, he's got the fuzzy black hat on, and he's got the bandage over his ear because Van Gogh famously cut off his ear and sent it to a woman. Pretty strange dude, but I think these three would look really good as pops. The box is painted like the background, or even just wrap the Starry Night around the box. Or maybe an insert in the back of the box with the background, so the Van Gogh pop would be in front of an insert with the actual background colors of the portraits. That would look really cool. I know they have done that before, or they put inserts in the Star Wars pops. They put chrome inserts in the Mad Max pops. It would look really cool. And then maybe put something like the sunflowers on the back, or maybe just different pieces of art in the back, and a little bio of Van Gogh. For people that aren't as familiar with him, I think it would be really cool. I think non-pop collectors would want them, and also pop collectors because of how unique something like that would be. Nearly impossible to do for a $10 collectible, but in a fantasy world, this is what I would want. DrDisrespect. This is a man with a 37-inch vertical leap. That's over 3 feet if you're counting. This is a man who used violence, speed, momentum to become the 2-time back-to-back blockbuster video game champion 93-94. A lot of people don't even realize this, but his eyes are actually closed behind his Google prototype scopes. It's all audio sensory with him. He's the ultimate gaming specimen. He's got the voice of an angel, and when you look at this man, you can tell that God really took his time creating him. And if you don't agree, you've got a lot to learn.
Get a grip, is what I say. Or I slap you down, and I kick you right in the face. And then I get in a defensive stance like this and I slide right to you. Huh? Reality check.
I am most definitely not someone that goes on Twitch and watches people play video games, except when it's DrDisrespect. And usually I just catch his highlights on YouTube. He does have a channel, but I've never found watching people play video games all that entertaining. But there's something about DrDisrespect that just cracks me up. I mean, he could just be sitting there and it makes me laugh. He's also very good at shooting games, specifically, you know, the battle royale type of games, which makes it interesting to watch. The dude is just very good, but that's not why I watch him. You know, any nerd can be good at video games, right? But this guy is funny. It's like, just imagine joining a game and you're paired up with this complete lunatic. He's just hilarious. I mean, just the fact that he plays games with sunglasses on is just funny in itself. Like his tactical vest, the actual real life fact that he is 6'8", so he starts dancing around when he wins is just funny. And you just never know what's going to come out of his mouth.
Hey, Doc, it's a damn snooze fest out here. What do you mean? Season 7! Dude, did you check out the ice area? Huh? Did you check out the ice area, dude? Dude, you could get on, hey, man, after school, you want to play some Fortnite? Huh? You want to jump on the airplanes and run around? Have you seen the new ice? I think at 5 p.m., at 5 p.m., there's like some new skins or something that we can buy some V-Bucks, but I gotta ask my mommy if I could get some V-Bucks, because Fortnite Season 7 is the best thing ever, man. You can't tell anybody, you gotta tell anybody, okay?
Alright, I'm back.
Hey, you can't tell anybody, okay? But I asked my mom for Fortnite pajamas.
Of course, the pop that I would want is classic DrDisrespect in his red tactical vest, his Google prototype glasses, preferably in like red chrome. That would be amazing. Wearing his headset with a super detailed sculpt on that mullet, and they can't paint on his mustache. It definitely has to be a sculpted in Slick Daddy. And if they make a chase variant, they can make them in the black on slate with the multicolored chrome glasses, but those would have to be chrome too, just 2 chrome lenses. It would be so awesome. And I also think they should make another variant of him in like the 80s pink and blue neon. That's his aesthetic, and it's really rad. I saw someone do, I believe it's Abernathy Customs, did a pink and blue neon Star-Lord custom. And if they could do this kind of a paint job on the DrDisrespect Funko Pop mold, it would just be the ultimate. And the box would have to be all pink and blue neon 80s landscape. It would look so good. Not sure how popular DrDisrespect Pop would be. On the internet, he's definitely a living legend. I would totally add this to my collection, and I wish they would make him. Alright guys, thanks for watching this different kind of video. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about these ideas, and also what series or characters you would like Funko to make that don't currently exist, or anything else you'd like to say. Take it easy.